Hey everybody, welcome back to Reggie's Cook into Life's Lessons. Today I have a really quick but sophisticated meal. It's for everybody, or anybody can cook in the kitchen, but it's for us dudes so that we can impress the other side. We can impress the other side because we're going to have French pepper steak but we're going to do rigatoni in a mug. So this is going to be very, very simple, and so simple that I can show you how much. It's better that I show you than I tell you. Okay, but again, this is the show is really, it's about folks who are afraid of the kitchen, because we're trying to make folks so that they make it so that people are not afraid of the kitchen. And oh yeah, let me tell you about the ingredients for what we're doing for the French pepper steak. It's going to be I got some 14-ounce New York steak. You know, I got the New York steak because I wanted it to be a quality steak, even though I was looking for it to be a little thinner. But then the thicker ones, I thought that it might take too long to cook. So I got the New York strip steaks. And 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Tablespoon of coarsely ground pepper, because we're going to rub that all into the meat. And a tablespoon of vegetable oil and some butter for when we cooking it in the pan. And the gravy is going to be, excuse me for reaching, folks, but the gravy, we're going to make that with some brandy and some heavy cream. So that's going to go over top of the strip steak, and we're going to make the rigatoni in a mug. And boom, sit that right next to it. Plus, I brought a bag of spinach because I want to do some spinach so that we have, the plate looks fantastic. I'll say it like that. You can serve a date and be very impressive with the meal that you serve. So let's get started. We're going to get started by, first I'm going to preheat my oven to 400. Because this mug, which I brought yesterday, because this is not like a coffee cup mug. This is a mug that can go in your microwave, and it also can go into the oven. So I search for that kind of mug. So this is going to be, like I said, very simple. Oh, and I also, folks, I took in pre-boiled my rigatoni. They're fresh off the stove, so they're still hot. Steam's coming off of them. But this is going to be a part of how we do this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take some marinara sauce, which we have here, and we're going to put a couple spoons into the bottom of the cup with the marinara sauce in there. See what we got here going on, folks? We got the marinara sauce in the cup. Then we're going to, oh, I should have put this in a bowl or something, but I'll just pop it open. Then we're going to drop some mozzarella on top of the marinara sauce. We got the marinara sauce, and we drop some mozzarella in there. And I searched high and low, but I found the basil. So we have the basil, and of course I diced up, chopped up the basil, so we can just sprinkle, for garnishment, we'll sprinkle some basil on top of the mozzarella and the marinara sauce. Okay, now we go back to the marinara sauce. That goes on top of the mozzarella cheese and the basil. Oh, yes. Mmm, that smells good. This smells good up underneath your nose. Now, we're coming over here. With the rigatoni. I'm going to set this rigatoni. Let me show you how we're going to do it. We're going to take the rigatoni and we're going to stick it down into the cup like this, because we're going to line this up like this. Oh yes, I am getting excited right now, folks. Guys, look, you can count the time. It's taking us no time to do this. I'm just taking these rigatonis and sticking them in the cup and standing them up along the wall, because that's how this is going to be done. And they're settling down into the sauce. They're just settling down in there. And here we go. I'm still doing this. I'm doing this. This is very, very simple. And guys, this is too easy. Too easy. Ladies, this is too easy. This is so, it seems so simple. So simple. And yes, it was some, the time for the rigatoni, I just boiled it until, and you know, kept pulling the piece out to test it to see, make sure that it was al dente, that it was, you know, because I didn't want it to be hard, even because it's going back in the oven. I wasn't looking at it thinking that, oh, it's already, it's going back in the oven, so it's going to be cooked even more. No, that's not the way I looked at it. But you see that, guys? See that? Okay, now I'm going back to the marinara sauce and sprinkle the marinara sauce, pouring, you know, whatever, spooning it in there, and the sauce is really dropping down into the noodles, because the noodles are standing up, of course. Now, now I got that. This is all filled in. Now I'm going to go back to the mozzarella. Go back to the mozzarella. Sprinkle some more mozzarella on top. Oh, yes, this looks like it's supposed to look. Look at there, folks. Mozzarella. Then, I think I'm not supposed to put any more basil on it, because the basil is going to come after it comes out of the oven. But what I am going to do, take another spoon, Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese goes on top of that, just like this. Now this is going to bake in the oven for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. So I'm going to stick this in the oven, folks, and then we're going to go move over to the steaks. So we'll be right back. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Don't be afraid of the kitchen. When you start making gorgeous meals like this, quick, you'll start really enjoying it and loving it. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, folks, we're back. Now, what we're getting ready to do now, we're going to start the French pepper portion of our cooking get together, our thing, our preparation for our dish for our for a date. You know, guys, you know, you think you can't cook, you're afraid of the kitchen, but this is a very easy meal. Now, we already have the rigatoni in a mug in the oven. You saw how we did that. Now we're going to take these steaks and, whoa, I don't know what date wouldn't appreciate a steak. Now, all we're going to do, we're going to sprinkle some seasonings on it. You know, seasonings that, you know, of course, you know how we say we cook to taste, so we're going to sprinkle some, that's lemon peppers, but I want some of this coarse ground black pepper. to put on there. We're going to sprinkle that, sprinkle a little bit of this, and of course, with this, I'm going to use this salt here and some salt. Now we're going to do both sides now, but the way we're going to do this, guys, we're going down. We have it in. We're going to push the seasoning into the meat. We're going to make sure that the seasoning is in the meat. So we're pushing it down into the meat like this, and then we're going to flip it and do the same thing that we did on the other side. We're going to do on this side. Now I also mentioned, and you'll see, but we have some spinach going on too. We got some spinach going on. So we're going to have, for this meal, of course, and again, it's so quick. I'm really enjoying how quick it is. And again, you see, I'm rubbing it in, but I'm pressing the seasonings into the meat, into the steaks. And then we're going to throw these steaks into the pan. Okay, now what I should have did, and I'm going to do now, is I'm going to turn the pan on, and of course I'm going to put a little bit of vegetable oil to not quite cover the pan all the way, because I'm also going to put a couple tablespoons of butter in there, because this is going to also give flavor to this, to this steak. This is my knife that I cut up my basil with. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, folks, I'm going to stir the spinach. Oh my goodness, it smells so good too. OMG. Now that is oh. And you know what? I'm going to turn this off, because I want to keep it fresh and still have a little bite to it. But it's done, because shoot, you could eat spinach raw. I am going to turn that off now. That looks fabulous. I'm turning that off. I'm just going to cover it up. Keep the heat in there. Now, like I said, we have, we're going to put the steaks over here, but we're going to let that heat up. So we have a little vegetable oil in. We have a little bit of vegetable oil in here and some butter, and we're going to let them steak roast up in there. That's going to be fabulous. And again, whew, this, it's not killing me. It's not killing us on the time. All we've been being very simple with the seasonings on here, on the steak. Again, you really just you can put just black pepper and salt, and like I said, you press it into the meat. But me, and of course, like I said, we cook for taste, so of course I put a little Italian seasoning on there and some lemon peppers, and I can hear the butter sizzling up. So this going in the pan. And what we're going to do, the fire is low, it's not high, so we're going to cook it like 4 minutes to this side. Then we're going to flip it and cook it 4 minutes to that side. And depends on how you or your guests like your steak, is how long you cook it. Because some people like it a little red, some people like it a little medium, and some people like it well done. I want to go for a little more than medium, but I don't want to cook it brown all the way through, because I want to taste it like that, because I don't normally eat my meat like that. I like it well done all the time, but again, I want to try something new, something different. So we're doing our thing over here on the stove. And again, we're really talking about not being afraid to be in the kitchen. And this is so easy, and you can be so impressive with the dates. Guys, Reggie's Cook into Life Lessons. Easy in the kitchen. We're going to flip this meat a couple times. We're going to let it brown. Oh my God, it's just smelling so good. We'll be back. Reggie's Cook into Life Lessons. Subscribe. Follow me. Yes. Follow me over to this meat. Yes, yes. We just put this in here, so it's only been in there a couple minutes, so we're just going to, baste it. We're going to baste it. Let this butter get over the top of this meat like this. This. Beautiful looking steak. Oh, yes. Beautiful looking steak. This, oh yes, yes, yes. I'm excited. I'm excited. Sorry, I want everybody to be happy like I'm happy. I'm happy in this kitchen. I want you to be happy in your kitchen. Reggie's Cook into Life's Lessons. Oh, just keep this, you know what to do. We're taking a break for a second. We're going to get this meat done, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to do the sauce with the brandy and the heavy cream that we're going to pour over top of our steak. It is going to be delicious. Yes! I'll be back. Folks, I'm in this kitchen working the magic. I'm working the magic because I can go like this and show you what the rigatoni in the mug looks like. That is what we want it to look like. Then I'm going to, I reach over here and I have the spinach because we're going to have this plate, looking a certain way. We have that, we have the spinach, and guess what? The steak came out like I said I wanted it to come out. We have one that's a little more cooked fully, and then we have the one that's a little bit medium rare. That is the way that I wanted to do that. So now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to scoop it onto this plate. Now this is not finished yet. I am not done with what I'm doing. Because then, here we go. I'm going to push this here. I'm going to put this in the front. Put this in the front here. I'm going to let that sit here so we can have this so that we can see this. Now these cups are hot, but we're going to, oh, you know what? I'm going to do it, make it easier. And because when you're doing this for a date, having more than one dish makes it look fancy. So here, I'm going to take this like this, and rather than just try to fit it on one plate, I'm going to go here. Now, the object is, let's see if this thing is going to slide out like it's supposed to. Maybe I should have, because it didn't. So because that cheese is there, so what I'm going to do, I'll take the spoon and I'm just going to go down the edges so that we can loosen up. Oh yeah, see, that worked perfect for loosening that cheese off the edge, so that now let's see how we do this. Let's see how it goes this time. Please, 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 please. Whoa. There it is, folks. You see it. You see it. Hold on. Hold on. So now what I have to do now is I take the basil. I cut up a little more pieces of basil and throw that on for dressing. This is, we're not finished yet. I gotta go to the stove because I got to make the sauce with the brandy and the heavy cream that goes over top of the steak. I'm getting excited here, folks. So you know you got to forgive the brother. You know he gets all excited and all hype when his stuff start coming out right. And again, I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro. But what I'm going to do is it only takes 1/3 of a cup of the brandy. So I'm going to, oh yes, there's the brandy. Now, I got to get me some Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard. Oh my God, I didn't open it. Oh my goodness. But it's only going to take me a second, folks. I'm right here. I am right here. I ain't going nowhere. You know, guys, you know how I can get excited. So I'm going here. This is how this is going to go. We're not even going to spoon it out. We're going to go back over to the pan. The frying pan that I fried the steak in already has the juices. It has the juices from the butter and the oil from that steak. Now, all I'm doing now, I'm going to pour the brandy. Here comes the brandy. There's the brandy. Here's the cup of heavy cream. This is on a medium heat. Now I'm going to whisk this around in the pan. I gotta let it come to a little boil. It's on. The heat is under. It's at a medium heat. I'm gonna let that come to a boil. Little boil. Oh. And I gotta put a quarter teaspoon or something of some Dijon mustard up in there. You know me. We going for the taste. So I done skirted some in there. But this, look at that. And I haven't even put the gravy over top of the steak yet. Oh my goodness, if you do this, guys, ladies, you do this for a date, somebody gonna be super impressed. Somebody is going to be super impressed. Look at that. Look how brown and beautiful that is. I'm going to keep it on the heat because it hasn't come up to a boil yet. Maybe I'll turn the fire up just a little bit more so that we can get this, yeah, just a pinch, so we can get this done quickly. But, folks, you can't beat this. It's looking fabulous. We have rigatoni in a mug. Oh. We have some spinach, and we have the steak. Now all we're waiting for to finish this dish and make this ready for your guests is the gravy, the brandy gravy. That gravy with that brandy. Or you can use cognac. Instructions does say that. You can use some cognac. Oh my God, I'm starting to see the little bubbles come up in it because that's what we want. We want it to bubble up a little bit. See, folks, see how it's bubbling up a little bit? This was a good 20 minutes to do this because you do the steak. Again, if you like the steak, well, of course with the preparation because that was in the oven. This was in the oven for 20 minutes. So, so you had the prep time, 45 minutes, and you got yourself a meal. It didn't take us 45 minutes, but you know, again, it's the getting the rigatoni al dente. Now I'm going. This is boiling like I want it to boil. Now I'm coming over here like this. I'm bringing this beautiful gravy, and oh my goodness, you let your date see you doing this. You let your date see you doing this. This, oh my God, it smells so good. I'm getting it together, folks. I'm getting it together. We are, that's turned off. This is your presentation. That is how you present this to your date. Now you've put a shot of this in the cup to the side. You put a shot of that, glass of wine. Bam. Well, let me get a fork so that I can sign off. Reggie's cooked into life's lessons. Rigatoni in the mug. Some spinach with the little green peppers and the onions all up in it. And the steak, medium rare, with that brandy, heavy cream gravy. Subscribe to Ulysses. Thank you, folks.